So the other night I was scrolling, minding my moisturized business, and 3 videos stopped me cold. First up, a black woman who has, how do I say this politely, opted out, fully transformed herself into a white woman. Not biracial, not racially ambiguous, just white. And according to her, she's never been black, not a drop, not a memory, not a mood, and somehow she's serious. Then there's Tia Mowry, who refers to herself as a single mother, which technically she is, and that's debatable. So we're going to talk about that today. And the internet came for her at she tried to revoke Father's Day, y'all. Lots of rhetoric on that. The discourse was loud, aggressive, and honestly, well, I can't say honestly, but it could be unnecessary. So I can't wait to hear your thoughts on this. And then finally, we can't ignore this moment. The CEO caught front row at a Coldplay concert, not with his wife, not with a work badge, but with head of HR. So let's say the synergy was unethical. So today on Shamelessly Shontay, we're asking the real questions. Who gets to choose their identity? Why is motherhood under a microscope? And when did the workforce turn into a dating pool with stock options? Because social media doesn't just show us trends, it shows us the truth. And the truth is, I don't know, y'all, it's getting wild out there. So today you're going to be listening to our take on social moments. Francis, Kimberly, y'all ready to get in it?
I'm ready.
Yes.
Okay, so first off, the black woman that has transformed into a white woman. This isn't Rachel Dolezal cosplay here. Y'all remember Rachel Dolezal?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
I hope I'm pronouncing her last name right. This is a full lifestyle pivot. And I mean committed. Committed. Bleach skinned, altered features, voice changes, and even new family photos. I can't even believe it. Anyway, we won't address that. Y'all know what I'm talking about right now. So what does it say about identity when someone feels safer or more successful claiming whiteness than blackness? Do we think, is it self-hate, delusion, or dangerous performance?
All of the above.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's one thing. I think it could be something different for every person that has gone through that. I think it's difficult to understand because I do think it's so layered.
Mm-hmm.
We live in a racialized world. I mean, that is just the reality. And I think how that affects people, it can be very painful for some. And how it then shows up is going to differ. I don't know what happened to that woman to take her there, but you can't ignore that racism exists, colorism exists, and that can show up in simple ways. So just choosing to straighten your hair, changing your hair color, changing your eye color. But when you go as far as doing all of the above and completely walking away from your race, your color, and saying, oh, I was never that, there's something deeply flawed there that may have happened with that woman. But I think it is a much bigger and broader issue because it is a result of the world that we live in. And I think that people still want to ignore that colorism exists. It exists here. It exists in other countries. And it shows up in many different ways.
Do you think we can truly ever opt out of being black?
Not if you
No.
have children.
Okay.
Okay.
Because genetics are genetics.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
So she could marry the whitest of white and her genetics are going to come through.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Francis, have you seen the video?
I did. And I'm just floored because I will never, ever deny my blackness. Love it. For her, I just wonder what happened in her life that got her to that point. And if she considered therapy to try to talk and figure things out, because this is just so drastic.
Well, do we equate it to becoming trans and changing, our sex? Is it something different or is it the same?
That's a good question. I would
Well, it's how you view yourself, though, right? If you're being true to yourself and who you believe yourself to be authentically, and if that's a different sex, then maybe so. But I don't know. I think changing your race, I think that's different. I really do. And some people might do it out of safety. They just feel like, this is how, for me to feel secure, I need to distance myself from my race, which is very, very sad. For some, it might be a way that they feel accepted. I mean, in society, if you are of a particular race, then you might have it a little bit easier. You might be accepted a little bit more in the workplace. I mean, it is so layered.
It is, but let me get closer. So, when changing your sex, right? I hear that the reason is because I am that already mentally, right? From a man to a woman, woman to a man, right?
Mhm.
So can a white person, a black person, whatever race you are, can mentally, they say, I'm not a black woman. I am a white woman. I am this. And is that what we're seeing here? I know, Kimberly, you think it's not, right? But
No,
I wonder.
mean, it's nuanced. I think it
Yeah.
can be different for different people. I identify with my blackness, and that goes beyond just the color of my skin.
Sure.
Though it's my experiences, it's the culture, it's my family. There's so much to being black beyond color of your skin. So if you think you can just walk away from that and identify as something very different, I don't know how you do that unless your life is just very bleak and
Yeah.
plain, and I don't know.
Did we read if people were co-signing for her in the comments?
I didn't see the comments on it. I was stuck on the video.
Yeah.
I was stuck on the video. And I don't even think that I can try to figure out what brought her to this point, because my mindset, it can't even go there. I just think something, and I'm guessing, of course, but something traumatic had to have happened to her, because then it's like, what about your family? What about your history? You have a mom, you have a dad, you may have siblings.
They might accept her. I don't know.
Maybe. I mean,
I think it says a lot about society. I think it says a lot about the world we live in. I did read the comments, and there were plenty of comments from people saying, oh my God, she's so beautiful now. So that played right into why she did it, I think.
Wow.
So there were definitely a variety. And there were people that came for her like, wow, that's a terrible thing. I feel sorry for you. But I was disappointed at the number of people that actually were like, she's so pretty now.
As
now.
it wasn't prior.
Yeah.
Right.
But sometimes the prettiness comes from within.
It does.
It does.
Mm-hmm.
But we also know that people don't often care about the within in the world we live in.
Mm-hmm,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, that video took me by surprise. It literally stopped me in my scroll because I was like, wait, what does this headline say? But it's not the first case, right? We've
No.
seen folks not transition, but kind of, identify with something else than what they were born with.
Well, we also see people make these changes and they don't then say, well, I'm no longer black. But we've certainly seen notable people who have, as they've become more successful, their skin tone has changed and has gotten lighter, and how they present themselves has certainly changed over the years. And it's like, but people don't necessarily say too much about it,
Yeah,
but there are plenty. There are people in the sports world, people in the entertainment world, and
people
it's
just talk
prevalent.
behind their backs, right? Like they don't say anything to their face,
right?
But
So
That's the
definitely-
problem. That's the problem.
Behind the back.
Because if we're friends, why wouldn't you say anything?
You would ask me, hey, you bleaching your skin, or what's going on, Shontay?
I'd be more tasteful with it,
sure.
But yeah.
What would you say to me?
I would ask, like, is something, I've noticed a change. I would.
Mm-hmm.
I have never had anybody close to me that has done that. So I'd have to really think about how I would approach it. But I do think it speaks to something else that is going on with that person. And you can't ignore, the bleaching cream industry is like a multi-billion-dollar global industry. Like, people do it all the time. So, but I do think it speaks to something else driving it. And it's usually around racism, colorism, all of those things.
Not loving themselves.
No.
All right. So some folks weren't loving Tia Mowry this past week. And Tia, who called herself a single mom and got dragged through digital hell for it. Some folks said she was being disrespectful to her ex. Others said she was playing the victim. But here's the thing. She didn't say she was a solo mom. She said she's single. And last we all checked, she's divorced. And it's not a couples retreat. So, is this semantics? What do we think this is? Why are women always policing how they describe their experiences, even when it's factual?
I really don't understand it. It seems so silly to me. I mean, she is a divorced woman. She is single, and she's taking care of her children. I don't know enough about her to know whether or not she was in any way intending to shade her ex. I don't know if he hasn't been the greatest father. I do find it interesting, though, that people are picking apart her words. Like, and
Yeah.
I don't understand that at all.
So I give you something better. Ready? So let's remove her out of the conversation. What is our definition of a single mom? Forget what her status is, who she was married to.
Mhm.
In our lives, right? And what we see. What is a single mom?
Mom at home, taking care of the kids, doing it all.
Primary parent?
Primary parent.
Okay. Do the kids see their father on the weekends?
In my situation,
What your definition?
mm-hmm. Yep.
So the kids still see their
Their dad.
father, their
Mhm.
dad. Okay.
Yeah.
What if it is 50-50 custody? So like 1 week on, 1 week off. Is
Mhm.
that mom still a single mom?
Yeah. If she's not married,
Yes.
yes.
Okay. Kimberly, what's your definition?
Yeah, it's the simplest of terms. If
Mhm.
you are not married, you are single. If you have children, you are a mom. I don't think that it's shading the father or the other parent on how they parent. I don't. I don't know. I see it in a far simpler way. So my definition is one parent is single, they have children, they care for that children. They may not have full custody, they may have I don't even go there.
Mm-hmm.
That's a single parent to me.
I agree with you all. So a single mom to me. So I think there is levels to single momness though, right? Because you can be a single mom and not have much support,
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
right? And some of those single moms overcome it and it makes them stronger and their kids are like in awe of their mom doing it all, right? Single mom, there isn't another person in the picture. That's that.
Mm-hmm.
And then um single mom and single dad because they were once married and now they're divorced. So during the time that the father has the children, he is a single dad. And the time that the mom has the children, she is a single mom because they are the one parenting the child at that point in time without really referring back to the other human, the adult, right? They're making decisions so that they're single. That's my definition of single mom, single dad. Yeah. So, would a man saying he's a single dad get the same backlash?
Probably not. I think there'd be praise for him. Oh, you're a single dad. You're doing it all by yourself. Good for you. Yeah. Because the single mom, they get teared down all the time. Much like Tia.
For what? Not having partner?
For anything.
Uh-huh. Yeah, there's different standards on moms and dads.
Absolutely.
I'm over it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I also think that men, and I could be wrong, but that men aren't necessarily on social talking about being a single father. I think that
Ooh.
how men show up in social media is a little bit different sometimes than women. And I think that women are quicker to tear another woman down than a man is to tear another man down.
So interesting take. Are you saying this was brought upon it's brought upon anyone that will go on speaking about single motherhood.
Oh, are you saying that it was brought upon her
Yeah.
because she was taught? Potentially.
Yeah.
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 Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, anyway, we're sending love and light, right, to any of the moms that are just experiencing over criticism for everything that they do, and the dads as well.
And the dads.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, the last video, which was really the talk of the week, it might be the divorce of the century. So you're in the front row with the head of HR looking like a LinkedIn scandal with a Spotify
Hold on.
playlist. Okay,
They were
Not
not in
the
the front
front
row.
row.
Right.
They were in
Sorry,
the
y'all.
company's suite,
yeah.
their box.
Mhm.
So not the front row.
Yep.
So
Okay, here are my thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
Here's my question.
Okay.
Why are people still messing around at work in 2025? Like we don't have Slack receipts, cameras, and burner accounts?
I think people having relationships in the workplace is very common, and
That's
will
what they mean,
always
right?
be
Yeah.
common. I mean, unfortunately, most people
But
spend
why
more
still
time
now,
at
Kimberly,
work.
in 2025?
Why is that the case?
Yeah.
Because people spend more time at work than anywhere else.
Mhm.
So if you're at work 5 times a week or 5 days a week, 7 days, whatever it is, you're spending more time in the workplace with people than your own family and your own friends. So I think it is possible for those friendships to develop into something more. And I don't think that that's necessarily a bad thing. I have worked for companies where that is not against the bylaws of that company. Now, there are rules in place saying, well, if you're the supervisor, you can't date a subordinate.
No fraternization,
right?
and you must
Because-
report it.
Absolutely. But so I don't think it's a bad thing. I've worked with couples, they're married, they work for the same company, they're very professional. I think it's okay. And I think it's common, and I think it will continue to be common.
I do too. I do too. And sometimes it's like, so working at previous companies, right? I know people that have met at the organization and are now married and have their kids.
Mhm.
And some people, like, that's why they go to an organization to
Mhm.
meet friends, meet a spouse, and it is normal as long as you report it.
Mhm.
This is something different. This is something different. So what happens when power dynamics and personal relationships collide?
I think exactly what
saw,
you see here.
what we see.
You know, I
Mhm.
mean, they've now since both resigned. I think that again, it didn't help that she's part of the C-suite, so that was her boss. It certainly doesn't
Who you
help.
think went after who?
Well, I don't know.
Let's take a guess.
I don't know. Gosh,
I don't know.
because I don't know either one of them.
We just
right?
going off
I have
optics.
no idea. But I mean,
There could have been
he-
some light flirting on both ends, and maybe it just,
yeah.
meshed in and happened. The thing that just makes it worse here is that they're both married.
So, she's married to in a very wealthy family. There was just speculation on like if they were separated, divorced, whatever. But yeah, it's showing up that she's married. They're both married.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
To people who look like
each other.
each other.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. They needed some spice in their life. But the question is like, why don't you just end it?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're
Yeah.
both married and you're in marriages where
You're
neither's
unhappy.
happy
Mhm.
in the marriage, because the blowback may not have been as big if they weren't both having affairs, because then it becomes a moral issue. It's like, how can I trust you?
Save that for a second because that's my next question.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my next question. Honestly, you all, I'm seeing it very, very often where there's, affairs, and the folks that are in the affairs, they don't want to leave their families. They enjoy saying, "I am married. I do have a wife. I do have a husband," and that's why the divorces aren't happening.
They enjoy it until they get caught, because then who's enjoying it then? And the
Mhm.
pain that you've now caused everybody in
Okay.
your family as a result of you wanting to have it both ways.
So would this have been different if they weren't caught on the jumbotron and it just kind of like came out? Because really, sometimes people get the divorce based off of just the humiliation.
Mhm.
If it happened behind closed door, maybe they were, in a hotel. It's like, okay, let's go to therapy, work this out.
Mhm. Yeah. Amplified on a huge stage.
globally.
Globally.
Memes every day, countless memes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So the reputation is going to be tainted.
Yep.
Both of them. But can I just transition to something that is not here? You know who came across my feed that also stopped me? Monica Lewinsky. Yeah. She has a podcast called like Reclaiming something. So she has some high caliber guests on her podcast, and they kind of share stories on, them being so low and how they climb back to the top, where, whatever behavior they did in their professional career impacted their personal career, right? So, if Monica were a black woman, do you think she would have been sent to another country, and do you think she would be able to rebuild the way she has rebuilt? She went on a circuit on her to promote her podcast, and the guests she's getting are very high quality. So
would she have been excommunicated?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think a black person would have been excommunicated, but she wouldn't have had the comeback that I don't think she would have the same comeback that Monica's having.
It's been over 30 years, so
I don't know if it's a comeback because it's been so long.
So some people don't know who she is, right? They don't know
True.
what happened in 1998. They might not have been born.
Was it that year?
Yeah. Wow. 98.
Okay.
I was in high school or something like that.
Okay.
And that was a big deal. But tying this into the humiliation part, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was everywhere, right? We know Hillary was humiliated, right? Bill was denying it at first. Typical, right? And then I don't know what Monica was saying, but there was no denial. So it was just out for everyone in the papers, in the news. There wasn't social then. So it's the same thing with this CEO. If things happen behind closed doors, can we get over it easier and with a remedy?
I think so. Yeah.
Because people judge you, right?
Absolutely.
If you're like,
absolutely,
why Hillary still with Bill?
I
and
think
she was judged.
Yeah.
I think only if no one professionally found out. If it just stayed amongst those two and their spouses, then maybe if nobody else would know about
would
it,
work
then
through it.
they could have potentially worked through it. But because it's going to affect the business. I mean, there have been clients that said, we're not doing business with this company anymore before the guy actually resigned, because they were like, morally, he's a terrible person.
So before that, right, should CEOs be held to a higher moral standards?
Yes.
Of course.
Yep.
Okay. Yep. That was a quick
Absolutely.
guess. I agree. Y'all ready to roll into the yeah or nah game?
Sure.
Unless you got something else to say about our CEO and head of HR and what's going to happen with them. They just became famous in a second. They should have just stood still.
They shouldn't have reacted the way that they did. I mean, and he was quick. Like, he went down to the ground. It was like, dude. And then she turns around. The other woman's laughing.
And that's another thing.
Like,
how you got your homies and your coworkers watching you have affairs?
Well, when you're in the corporate box, though, too, the suite. Like, so, yeah, there were other employees in that box, and they all know, and they were all willing to,
keep it quiet.
Keep it quiet.
I mean,
says a lot.
You gotta hate. You gotta you gotta despise all of them too. Because I'll be damned.
I'm side-eyeing everybody.
If my husband has a girlfriend, and you just keeping that, holding it to the chest, like, don't look at me at no company event, ma'am, sir.
Why didn't y'all just speak with your spouses and just come swingers? Call it
Maybe they are, and they haven't disclosed it yet.
That'd be something. But I doubt it. The way
I don't think
the way
so.
his wife reacted. The way his wife reacted.
Said, you're not embarrassing me, you clown. Clown
Nope.
behavior.
Yep.
Yep.
So somebody has said, the word they used was silliness has no boundaries. Like, why would you do that? But yeah. So, okay, yeah or nah? Yeah or nah? Yeah. Yeah or nah? Is if someone fully alters their appearance and lifestyle, they can claim a new race. Yeah or nah?
No.
A person can claim anything they want to claim. That's my answer.
Okay. So I'm going to read the question again. If somebody fully alters their appearance and lifestyle, can they claim a new race or sex, gender? If we ain't known them previously,
I was about to say, if they go someplace
Yeah.
that nobody knows them,
Then they
then
can.
maybe.
Mhm.
But other
Yeah.
people know you.
yeah. So if I don't know you, I'm just going to take it for face value and that's it. Yeah. Okay. Women still get judged harder than men for parenting choices. Yeah or nah?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Once you go viral for a lie, you owe the internet an explanation.
Nah.
No.
You don't know the internet anything.
No.
Anybody that
But
puts
why
so
you lying
much.
on the internet?
Listen,
Okay.
I think most people on the internet are lying.
Mhm.
Most people don't look like they look in real life as they
Oh,
appear on
oh.
the internet with all the filters. I think people try to give off they want people to perceive them as something other than who they are. So there are a lot of lies
Mhm.
on the internet.
I'm talking about like Kimberly, if you get caught in a lie, do you think you should say, I am so sorry?
No.
I've learned and I've grown and I've become such a better person. I will never do that again. That was in my younger days, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, you're
If
talking about a
you're
lie
in-
from like decades ago?
No,
or something?
just in general.
I still say no.
Okay.
If you're in the public eye, celebrity-wise, I would say yes. But a degular person and it just happens to go viral, no.
What you think is a lie, though? Not a filter, but what you think could be a lie?
I don't know.
Yeah, what kind of lie are we talking
I
about?
don't know.
I mean, gosh.
Like, hey, I had new music coming out. Sorry, not happening.
Yeah, blame it on somebody else. The label pushed it back.
Kind of like a lie.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there could be many things.
There's
I mean, we had Santos.
Listen, my
Right?
thing is don't go on the internet looking for
We had
truths.
No, he was straight up lying.
Straight up lie.
Straight up lying. And did y'all see the socialite that was she was pretending to be a socialite in New York City? She got jail time and now has an ankle monitor. Nobody seen this?
I heard about
Yeah.
that.
Yep. So she was scamming people
But
and she came over from, another country and she's
the
not
one
a
that
socialite.
did the Netflix show. They had a whole show about her.
Yeah.
I love that show.
Does she
So
does she
good.
owe folks an apology for swindling them, for posing as somebody that she's not?
Yes, those people. Yes, she owes them an apology. Absolutely.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The real tea lives in the comment section, not the content. Yeah or nah?
Oh yeah.
Right, read that again.
The real tea lives in the comment section,
Oh, of course.
not the content.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I go
Oh, yeah.
right to the comments,
Oh,
baby.
yeah.
And I be looking for comments like, oh yeah, I thought of that one too, but I ain't want to say it because you know what? So my new strategy is I don't be liking or commenting. I just scroll. I am now that person. No likes. I'm sorry, y'all. If I follow you, don't think I'm just stalking and not liking your stuff and appreciating the beauty and the funness. But
I stopped commenting. I would start a comment.
you be commenting. I see.
It depends. It depends. It depends.
You be like, oh hell no.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
See?
Yeah. But there have been instances where I've written out a comment and posted, and then I look at it and be like, because you don't feel like dealing with the stupidness that's about to come with it. And I don't, so I delete it.
Okay, so arguing with people in the comments, yeah or nah?
I'm
No.
not arguing with nobody.
Both Kimberly and I side-eyeing you, Francis.
What?
Then she turns back to the mic. Francis, yes, you do.
Who am I arguing with?
A stranger, of somebody with no profile picture.
I'm not arguing with people. I don't have time to be for what?
Okay.
You sit in your stupidness and be happy with it. Like,
yeah, I don't give it nothing. Okay, you ready for this one? Sharing a location with your boo is either love or surveillance. Love.
those are the only two options.
Only two options.
Okay.
I never feel like it's surveillance. I share everything. I have nothing to
So
hide.
okay, I'm gonna do a follow-up question for you then.
Okay.
Are you currently sharing locations? with your partner?
My partner knows where I am 24/7.
But is it sharing locations on phone?
I don't even know if it's on. I don't know. We don't even. This is very strange
Yeah.
to me. Like, if it's something that I would turn on my phone,
Yeah.
sure, I would turn it on.
Okay.
Yeah, I would.
Okay.
Mhm.
Francis, love or surveillance?
If it's between those two, it would be love.
I'm not doing none of that for nothing.
No. You have to choose just like we had
I
to
know.
choose.
Okay,
Don't try it.
so from my perspective,
Mm-hmm.
it's for surveillance.
I knew it was gonna say that.
From his perspective, it's for love and safety.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't have locations on. It's a weird thing to me. But I know like some younger folks, they have locations on their friends.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all have locations on your friends?
My sister does.
On her friends or on you?
Me too.
Uh-huh.
Only
Kimberly's
so
thinking
far
about
away.
it.
No, I mean, my friends. I love my friends, but I don't really. I mean, why would I? Why?
So the reason why I would do it is like if I'm traveling alone.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll give like one friend like, hey, here's my location.
Mm-hmm.
Or sometimes I might call, but I don't turn it on.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a very interesting thing. My cars tell you where the car is.
Yeah, so does my car.
So
I love
if
that,
somebody
though.
has access to the profile, they can see where your car is.
I love it.
I love that.
You do?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. 2 more questions.
Okay.
You use Google to diagnose yourself before the doctor.
Yep.
Yes.
I try not to, but I like to see if it's like something so serious. I just Googled, one of my dogs was in heat. So I just kind of Googled like, or, chatted, how to really take care of her. But before she went to the vet and after. Okay. Last question. Can you just do one episode?
Only if I'm constrained on time. Otherwise, if it's good, I'm binging.
I'm with Francis. Yeah. Unless I have to get out the door for something, I'm going to do one more. Maybe one more even after that.
I don't start episodes unless I got hours. I don't.
It's hard. Yeah.
I've stayed up to like 4 o'clock in the morning on a work day, just eyes red. For Bridgerton, I did eyes red.
I mean, it's Bridgerton.
If it's there, if I see a whole season there, why am I stopping at 1 when I can do 2, 3, 4?
Unless it's terrible. It turns
And then
okay.
maybe even skip 5, 6 because those are gonna be weak ones. And then you go right to the end.
No, I'm not skipping. I'm not
because
skipping.
It could be something that happens.
I'm gonna
that's
miss it.
critical to understanding the
Yeah.
next episode. So I can't miss anything.
I'm
Y'all
not
don't be
skipping.
skipping?
No.
No.
Even if it's a horrible episode, I'm a fight my way through it.
Because there could be something there.
Okay,
that
what
you
y'all watching
need.
now?
What am I watching?
I've watched everything. I'm waiting for like season 2 or season 3. Like I've watched The Pit. I've watched like all the things that were like really hot a few months ago. I've watched all of them. So I'm waiting for the next one.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing right now. And it's terrible.
Because it's summertime.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I can't remember because whatever I watched, I definitely binged it. I think I watched. It was
Yes.
like 8 episodes,
Me too.
and I watched 6
Yeah.
until I
Mhm.
fell asleep and finished the next 2 when I
Ooh,
woke up in the morning.
shit.
Like,
You can't even start your day without
no,
I've done that
figuring out
too. I've
what
done that too.
happened. I love
Yeah, everything's
that.
coming back in the fall. So it's like there's
Mhm.
nothing.
Yeah, I'm waiting for football season. We
Me
got 6
too.
more weeks.
Yep. Me too.
Football season, and I could do just like that. I would love for SVU to come on back. They're getting backlash because they don't be consistent with their episodes, and everybody's tired of it. And everybody's tired of Mariska leading the investigations. When does the captain lead the investigation? And sorry, I'm on an SVU rant because it's true.
yes. That bothered me too because I'm like, there's other people in the episode, and I get it. She's a star,
Yeah,
but captains
delegate.
are not. Yes, They are not out in the field
in the field
at all. They're not questioning suspects.
talking about DOA. DOA. Like, yeah, that CEO one though it's too big. It's too many distractions out here. They were so dumb though.
They were
So dumb.
They were
the
so dumb.
reaction was just
That's
what did it.
It was
That's what
just,
did
it was
it.
hilarious.
And then he hit the floor. Like he went down. It was just like
He was so dumb.
They looked so mortified.
yes.
As they should have been. They shouldn't have been at. They shouldn't have been at that concert
No.
together like that.
No.
Mm-mm.
They
In the
shouldn't have
company
been.
box too. It's like you're so they're
With
like bringing the
other
company
employees.
into it,
Yeah.
you know,
Mm-hmm. Everyone
Big
that was in that
dumb.
box needs to be questioned.
because they all knew.
They need to be
They
turned.
all knew.
They need
Every
to be
one of
turned.
them knew. And then there was the one that was recording them from the inside because that video came out
I ain't see
Yes.
it.
with them kissing.
Send it to me.
Yeah.
I'll send it to you. I gotta find it, but I'll send it to you. But
Shameful.
yeah, one of their coworkers, and then
What would you do if you was caught up like that?
I wouldn't.
I'm
I
I'm,
wouldn't.
Hypothetical.
I'm
Hypothetical.
not gonna get caught up like that.
No.
Wow, right?
I'd be
It's
more,
not
yeah,
worth it.
yeah, no. Mm-mm.
Not to risk your relationship, right?
And your family
Yeah.
and all
And
of
your
it,
career.
friends, your
Like,
career.
there's
Like,
just
this
so
will
much.
change everything in their lives.
Mhm.
For
Yeah.
what?
Mm-mm. Yeah,
Stupid.
this has been so fun. I love chiming in on just kind of what's happening in the world because I know that it affects us in so many different ways, whether it is for entertainment purposes, distraction purposes, what to do and what not to do, and just seeing how folks are living their lives is pretty interesting. So, anyway, you're listening to Shamelessly Shontay. Bye.